Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel. Your host, Superman, in the house. Are you guys getting pumped? Oh, there's no video. I'm gonna have to reset. Are we there? Are we back? Are we back? Let's go. Are we back? Yes, we are. Woohoo! I don't know why it's a few little bugs in the software, but we need to move on. Let's get into it. Who else is in the house? People have been here around for about the last hour or so, so I think people are getting excited. I'm excited too. Sandy Beach in the house there. Good to see you, Sandy. And woohoo! I had to reset. Yeah, to the Superman reset. I had to go back, fly around the world really fast, and turn back time. But hey, I've got used to that little bug issue now, so we're onto it. Yo, Superman and family, Terry Dock in the house there. Let me know if audio is okay and video is okay. It looks like it's good to me. Hex Freedom in the house there. Beach is Sandy. Sandy is the beach. Now that's a very philosophical statement there. I'm sure Sandy will reply to that. And Hex Freedom says, thank you for what you do, Hex Token. You're welcome, Hex Freedom. But as you know, community is number one for me. And as I decrease, you guys increase, something like that. I don't even know what I'm saying. All right, so we've got lives beneath there. Hello, how are you all today? And of course, the ultimate strategy is Hex, EHEX, PLS Hex, and PLS Hex for the win there. Absolutely. So get into it. That's the ultimate strategy. We're taking over crypto. Richard Hart's taking over crypto. It's going to be amazing. DeFi is going to take over more crypto. I love it. We've got a poll in the house there. We've got what is your excitement level for Pulsechain Testnet V3 at the moment? And of course, 8 to 10 means really high. Can't sleep. 6 to 7, super excited. 3 to 5 means you're not that excited. But if you're not that excited, what is value? That's kind of the play there. And 1 to 2, I don't know how to tie my laces. So if you're really low, you're not really that excited about the testnet coming up. You really don't know how to tie shoelaces there. That's a bit of fun. Anyway, all right. So I hope you guys enjoy that poll. Get into it. We'll check it out later on. It's a bit of a sentiment poll there. What else we got going? We've got Michael's in the house. Sandy Beach is in the house there. Dan, the change. Yeah, I think you guys have got daylight savings, right? It's changed or something like that. Hex Token is on at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty sure you guys had something like that happening in the US there. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw something about that. Rango's in the house there. Happy Monday all. I hope you're all well indeed. I think everyone's doing pretty well there. Rango says, let's get a 8-cent pump on streams. Man, that's definitely possible. Things are looking very good at the Hex price. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover straight away out of the gate. Pulsechain, Richard Art, Testnet V3. We're going to cover that straight out of the gate because sometimes I cover it later in the live stream and people go, I want to talk about it now. No, I don't want to wait till later on. Come on, Superman, get your act together. I'm going to rug pull you. But no, we're going to do that straight at the beginning. Then we're going to get into the crypto news. There's so much in the crypto news. And of course, we're going to talk about the banks, all the banks. And then we're going to get into Hex, which is looking pretty tasty and pretty tasty morsel is Hex looking at the moment. We're going to get into Hedron, of course. In fact, I think I haven't pulled up some things for Hedron. So we've got Hedron. We're going to talk about that. And of course, then when you get into get paid at the end of the live stream, you guys love to get paid. I love to get paid. So we're going to talk all about that. The Hex daily stats, of course. So that's going to come up for sure. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell for future videos. This is going to be awesome. Things are just ramping up, and we're in the best ecosystem for sure. Archipelago in the house there. Hi all, this time change is the worst, says Archipelago. You guys got an hour difference. Sounds like it's causing a few sleepless wreckings there. Brian's in the house there. What's up, folks? Sick today. We'll be listening from bed, says Brian. Well, we wish you well and a quick recovery there, Brian. And hopefully a bit of cheer up here with the live stream. Sandy Beach says, oh, I feel better, Brian. Nice one there, Sandy. KD's in the house there. Hi, all. Let's roll. Good to see you, Super. Good to see you. I might have to jump through some of these comments because a little bit behind here for the 5-6 minutes. And let's jump through some of that. We've got Big Kahuna in the house. Good to see you, Big Kahuna. Magnus in the house. Hey, Magnus. Hey, Superman. Good to see you as well. Katie says we're back in the driver's seat. We are, Superman. Let's go. I think we are back in the driver's seat, not just for in terms of Hex, but in crypto. I think we're really starting to, the big ship's starting to smash through some of the other ships there. That's pretty funny. I don't know what that analogy is about, but it sounds cool. Crypto Dan, hi Crypto family. Let's go. Absolutely. And we've got Detached Soul in the house as well. Yo, 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 yo. We like that. So nice. Might give that a magical twinkle. Audio is good, says Terry. Brendan's in house. Morning, Superman and family. Another paid in Hex. Yes, that's right. It is pretty good. We're going to get paid again today. Check my pulse in the house there. Evening, Superman. Woohoo! I like that. Good to see you. Check my pulse. Piston broke 555. Good to see you, Superman. Good to see you, Piston. General as well in the house there. Good morning, family. So a big welcome to everybody. Get into the chat. Say hello. Get vibrant. That's what it's all about. This is the live stream. We live stream every single day. Get in the chat and make it lively. That's what it's all about. Ready for the Hex token pump, says Big Bully. Hey, you just never know. It's definitely looking good. I don't even know what the price is at the moment, Hex. I haven't looked at it since I set up the live stream, so we'll look at that later on, live together, and see where it's at. We've got Harry Williams. Yo, yo, yo. Good to see Harry. And who else there? We've got quite a few videos today. We're going to be looking at a few videos, so hopefully you enjoy that. This should be a bit of fun. Mikey says, what's up, Superman? Hello, all. Let's go, Hex. 100%, Mikey. Let's go. Jono in the house as well. Got the old hang. Was it hang 5? I think it's hang 5. Yeah, five fingers. That sounds right to me. Crypto Pay, man. It's been a while. Good to see you. Woohoo! Good to see you, Crypto Pay. And Cypher as well. Hey, what's up? Good to see you, Cypher. Man, we've got a few people I haven't seen for a little while in the house there, at least not in the comments. Great to see you all, by the way. Good pulse. Go post win. Hi, Superman. Hi, all. Good to see you as well. Superman, is it me or is your stream lagging or buffering issue? There might be a little bit. I'm not sure. Let me know. It seems you're the first person to make that comment. I think the audio's, the visual's going fine. Uncle Will says, let's go. I haven't got the saving feature on, so that should have, I had the saving feature on when I first got this software, and it was causing some issues, but I haven't got it on now. Basically, it tries to do two things at once, and it seems to find it too difficult to do that. Big Hoodie says, I hear the rain falling. It's just tears of haters' tears, Hex tears. That's true. Very, very nice. And Uncle was already given us a teaser of the Hex price, already up at 7889. OMG, that's crazy. Let's see what it's like when we get up to it. Let's get into it, folks. You guys know how to rock and roll. Get into the poll. We'll look at the poll later on. I've got to make sure I cover all my videos today. Sometimes I occasionally miss some of them because I get distracted. So we'll hopefully get to that. Let me just reset some of the stuff up here. Now, got to make sure where I'm going here. So we're going to get into the pulse chain updates. Let's go. Bam. And the crowd goes wild. It does indeed. So we got Richard Hart's last update. This was 18 hours ago. 18 hours ago. It seems like an eternity ago now. Yeah, I was not live at this time. So it just came out 18 hours. I don't think I was live. Actually, I was, do you know, I was distracted. I was doing something else. And I didn't even pick up this update because normally I see them pretty quickly if I'm awake, of course. And I was distracted talking to certain people about strategies and other stuff like that. And then this update comes out, so that's kind of cool. Pulsex.com, pulsechain.com update, and of course Richard Hart said Erigon, one of the two execution clients, the one that was having a few bug issues. Of course, it's normal when they're updating, syncing the block. Said that Erigon is finally synced, which is fantastic news. So we've got GoGeth, we've got Erigon as the two execution clients. We've got Lighthouse and Prism as the two consensus clients. So we've got that diversification. In other words, if there's any buggy issues in it, because those softwares get updated too by the teams that create them, then we're looking good. So we're looking really solid, super strong update about that. Erigon is synced, so we're almost basically ready to go. And of course, to give us that confirmation, he goes, and the block explorers are indexing. Now, block explorers, in plural there, are indexing very nicely. I love it. So he puts that little stamp of excitement on the end. Love it. And that's so cool. And of course, we get this little view of the block scout. And of course, Pulse Chain Testnet V3. Look at that beautiful thing. This is a private, of course, at the moment. But of course, average block time 10 seconds. Yeah, 2 seconds faster than Ethereum. We've got all the transactions loading up there as well. We're up to 16,571,000. So that's presumably they're going up to the latest Ethereum block. That would be 16,800 and something thousand. I can't remember what the last one is at the moment, but it's over 800,000. And so that's pretty cool. And the wallet address is still to sync, which is pretty exciting. We can see that the indexing is at 43% on the block indexing. So that's kind of cool too. And the wallet addresses have to keep syncing up there. So very, very exciting. And of course, the sacrifice numbers will be on there too, right? So if Sacrifice will be on there, just like in the proof of work. We'll see those counts also. So exciting, folks. Looking really good. So that is the sneak peek. And of course, we can see at the moment we've got the V2B running. This is the old proof of work one. And of course, this is at 3 seconds. It's a very different setup. We're going to get a little UI update here, so it's pretty neat on the old block scout, and we'll see the blocks going when the proof of stake one launches, which Richard's given us the private sneak peek right here. Very, very exciting. So we're going to look forward to that. The other thing, of course, he said in plural there, the block explorers, and of course we know part of the thing of having Erigon, other than having software diversification, is having the front end for beacon chart. So we can see that on Ethereum. And of course, a beacon chart is here. This is the one for Ethereum. We can see all the epochs and the current slots, the active validators. Awesome, hey, get excited, man, because it's going to be so cool. We're going to have our own version of this. And of course, you can see it ticking away there. Yeah, it's up to 16,815,000 on Ethereum at the moment. Very, very exciting stuff here, folks, in the old Ethereum there. So very, very cool. So we're going to look forward to that. Obviously, this is Erigon itself on the GitHub. And of course, we've been talking through that on all of the 15 stages that had to get synced up. So that is now synced for Pulsechain. So very excited. We're winning, team. Winning nicely. And thanks to Richard and his super devs doing a great job. So speaking of his super devs, let's get into the team. The team of devs working hard. This is on the Pulsechain group. And we can see, let's do a refresh on this just in case we catch any updates. With the stuff there, they're logging in. So the only reason why we're looking at this is to see the sort of the intensity of logging in for work by the devs. And of course, we've got 3 commas in there, the 12th of March. We've got Brett Paulson in there, 12th of March. We've got Gamma in there, 12th of March as well. Pretty cool. Richard Hart, the last time he logged into the Pulsechain GitLab was at March the 10th. So it's pretty cool. And those were the sort of the highlights there for the Pulsechain. So they're definitely logging in for work. Still the 12th, of course, in the Northern Hemisphere. It is pretty cool. So that is the Pulsechain. So they're logging in for work there. Let me just close some of these down. And then, of course, we've got the Pulse X group as well on GitLab. And we can see that we do a bit of a refresh and make sure we've got all the latest there. We can see that we've got March the 12th there for 3 commas. Agris is in the house, March the 12th there as well. Brett Paulson's in the house, March the 12th. Heinz is on March the 12th as well, so working hard there. Lucas is in on March the 12th also, and the last time that Richard logged in, March the 10th, so on both Pulsechain and PulseX GitLabs there. But you can see the team is working pretty intensively there, so we're getting very excited. And of course, that all feeds into this update that we've got here, which is a beautiful update. Now, let's have a refresh of this because we've got 280,000 views on this so far in 18 hours. Very, very good indicator. The reason why we're looking at the views, of course, is to see the reach that these updates are having. And of course, yeah, 280,000 views already and in 18 hours. So super bullish there as well. We've seen some of the other updates do over 500,000 views. And so the excitement's definitely growing. The market is getting more excited. Everyone is getting excited about the Pulsechain. So we're going to have a quick look at some of the stuff there. We're going to jump into... I think we might jump into this at the moment. So we're going to jump into Ivan on Tech. Ivan on Tech's been pretty excited about. We've shown several videos of Ivan on Tech, one of the biggest crypto YouTubers out there, 500,000 subscribers, and I think about 400,000 on Twitter or so. So a big influencer's been retweeting some other Pulsechain influencers on Twitter like Havida and other places, people like that. Just ramping up his commentary, it seems, and excitement about Pulsechain. So let's have a look at, he's been talking about Hex and Pulsechain and other issues around the crypto ecosystem that he thinks that hopes Richard Hart is going to help solve, which is pretty cool. So let's hear from him about that. Let me just hide this and go for gold. No, I've hidden the wrong thing. Have I had the right thing there? I'm pretty sure. A second to play. Let me have a look.
People say in the chat we do see Hex, but I have to go to Nomics to see Hex. So Hex is actually up 17% today, bigger right now than many other coins at number 11. And yeah, listen, if Richard Hart or someone can make a stablecoin without admin keys, without any risk, we need it. Listen, we need it. The stablecoins right now, they don't work. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to even see them. It's horrible. But guys, let's start from the beginning. People say in the chat, we do see Hex, but I have to go to Nomics to see Hex. So Hex is actually up 17% today. Bigger right now than many other coins at number 11. And yeah, listen, if Richard Hart or someone can make a stablecoin without admin keys, without any risk, we need it. Listen, we need it. The stablecoins right now, they don't work. I don't want to touch them. I don't want to even see them. It's horrible.
All right, so you can see I played that twice through of Ivan's little clip up there. I think that was from yesterday, and so we've even gone up. Hex has gone up since then. But he's excited, right? He's excited about Hex, Pulsechain. He's sacrificed Pulsechain. He's ramped up all his conversations. I mean, we're talking one of the top 20, 30 YouTubers in the crypto space, and you know, more subscribers than all the Hex and Pulsechain YouTubers, including Richard Hart. So it's a big deal. But not only him, we're getting a lot of other people ramping up as well. So we're going to talk about that. He's also got, let's go to Ivan on Tech here. We've got him posting on Twitter just about Hex and more since that video, talking about Hex, going Hex taking out massive resistance right now. So he's very excited about this. And of course, this is just out earlier today. And you can see him got the price chart here back in September and where the price is heading at the moment on a breakout. So very, very cool. Hex taking out massive resistance right now from Ivan on Tech. So super bullish. And of course, there he goes. Then he's shouting it out. Now, so this is where it really gets powerful, folks, because now you got a giant influence in the crypto space who is very balanced in his views. And of course, he's now spreading it to other people who are really big influencers. So he's tweeting out there, should we respect this pump, he says. And he's talking to Big Cheds here, who's got a huge following on Twitter, 300,000 followers. And of course is a trading quotes, best-selling author, etc. with trading. And so you can see how this goes from one big influencer to another big influencer, and it just magnifies the reach big time, and particularly into areas that maybe Hex and Pulsechain hadn't been as much. And so you can see how it's just slowly growing and growing and growing. This is going to be absolutely awesome, folks. And this is going to help Pulsechain, Hex, and everything else, all this awesome ecosystem, take over more of crypto, and of course DeFi as well, because obviously DeFi taking over more. It's going to be pretty awesome. And of course you can see all these banks and other stuff getting wrecked. It just keeps helping. The whole narrative just keeps getting better. It's pretty exciting. So that was pretty cool from Ivan on Tech. And so that was pretty neat. But we got more than that. We got Carl the Moon. Carl the Moon, another big giant. Now this Carl the Moon's huge, right? Carl the Moon, I think he's got 1.5 million subscribers or something in that ballpark on YouTube. I can't remember the exact number, but he's got 1.2 million followers on Twitter. And of course, Carl the Moon's been around for several years now. And yeah, he's got Carl the Moon. Carl the Moon's had interviews with Richard Hart several years ago, along with other big influencers in the space. So it's been pretty awesome. Carl the Moon, and yeah, he's talking about Hex as well. So he puts in here, should I buy? So this was earlier today as well, about an hour after Ivan on Tech, and he puts out here, should I buy Hex right now? So a big teaser there. Now you can take what you want from that from Carl, but he's just like, it's just the fact that he's talking about it in any regards is pretty exciting. He had 200,000 views on that, folks. So we're talking about all these big influencers in the top 20, 30, one after another are talking about. We watched the crypto banter video yesterday. You can see how it's just adding up more and more and more. Because CeFi and centralized exchanges are getting wrecked in many areas, stable coins, regulation, etc. And of course, DeFi is this is amplifying the Pulsechain. Just getting better and better and better. What's a proxy for Pulsechain at the moment? There is no Pulsechain coin. Hex is the proxy. So it just elevates Hex in that play as well. So it's super bullish, folks. Super bullish coming from the market. So as you can see, it's getting very exciting. Are you guys excited? Because it's getting very exciting indeed in the old space there. So super bullish update. Now, we could have a testnet V3 out anytime. It really is getting closer and closer and closer. Now, as you guys know, I could have had like a 90% chance by Sunday, and it's feeling pretty good. It's feeling pretty good. Now, obviously, there's a lot of stuff, the front ends to do. There's the explorers, and of course the indexing, and then there's the full brush. If we get similar to what we had before with PulseX and front ends and AMM bot and stuff like that, the sacrifice numbers, it's going to be interesting to see what drops. We should probably reasonably expect all that suite to drop as well. And of course that's a lot of tooling up for that, so it's going to be fun. We'll see a few new things as well, so it's going to be exciting, folks. Stay tuned. Keep yourself eyes glued to Richard Hart's Twitter. That's all I can say. It's going to be fun. Now, some of the other things, Richard's just as a side thing, Richard's been talking about the US dollar, USDC circle issue as well, so he's been talking about that. But that's, you know, the main thing. This here is ramping up here. It's super excited. I mean, I'm so excited. Get into that poll. Let me know how excited you are. How many votes we got there? 70 votes. We might, yeah, let's end the poll now. We're going to move on to our next topic, which is the crypto market. So our poll at the moment, so are you excited? 50% in the 67, super excited. And 8 to 10, the top bracket there, 37%. I'm in that camp, man. I'm in that camp. Hard to sleep for sure. And 1 to 2, I don't know how to tie my laces there. Not sure whether people find that funny or whether they're just they just don't realize what's happening here or what. 3 to 5, what is value? That's in the 5%. So not many people in that camp. So most people, we've got 87% of people in the super excited and can't sleep camp. So that's pretty cool. I think there's a lot of people in the know. A lot of people in the know there. All right, so that is pretty exciting. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to cover, of course, the crypto news. Before we do that, though, let's catch up on the chat. We've got Pulsechain project update later on. So I've got, I separate out the Pulsechain update and the Pulsechain projects out. So we're going to talk about that later on. So stay tuned for that. That's definitely coming up and having a good time. All right, we've got about 100 people watching at the moment. So big shout out to everybody. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the bell for future videos as well. Daily live streams here on Hex Token channel. Let's see where we get up to here on the comments. Definitely got up to some of those. It's cool to see a lot of people in the house. Uncle Will says, let's go. Absolutely, let's go. We've got Francis in the house as well. Hello. Good to see you, Francis. And I've got to make sure that I play all my videos because it's easy to forget when I'm walking through this. But I think we're going good here so far. Big Kahuna says, I hear rain falling. We definitely got up to that. Haters tears. Where did I get up to? Rango, Crypto Tycoon. I'm a little late here, but I'm here. Let's go Hex Token. Woo! I'm ready for PLS to take over. It does look more and more like that. We're going to take over crypto, folks. It is looking better and better and better. Rango says, does anyone else have any issues watching reruns of YouTube lagging? Yeah, apparently this channel does have a few issues there. Apparently the other people don't have. I'm not sure why that is. I've done everything I can to make sure that's fluid. Tintop in the house there. What's up, Hexkins? Hey, Tintop. Good to see you. And Van Sam as well. Hi, all to Van Sam. I will leave a timestamp at the end of the live stream because, you know, these live streams are pretty decent in length. But we like to cover everything. That's what we like to do here. Good to see Wookie as well. Thanks to DJ Cryptomatic. Wookie is danced out. Nice. Red Squirrel in the house. Oi. Hey, good to see you, Red Squirrel. It's been a little while. Good to see Red Squirrel in the chat there. Blobfish King as well. Hi all. I'm 10 minutes late. Does the index for V3 I need to complete before V3 launch? V2 started with indexing incomplete. Yeah, well, I guess they're going to get pretty close to a Blobfish King, if not completely up to date by the time they launch it. It's probably going to what happens there. Hex Freedom is announced there. Like. Definitely smash the like. What else? We got Hexpedition, man. Good to see you. What's up, guys? Good to see Hexpedition in the house too. Gabby's in there. Woohoo! Get excited. What else we got? Hex Freedom said, Richard mentioned creating wallet and stablecoin a couple of years ago. Yes, the heart coin, I always call it, and the heart wallet. Heart stable and the heart wallet, I always call it. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But definitely, we know that he's working on the wallet. He's got 1 or 2 devs working on the wallet. Yeah, I've sort of called that will probably happen after the Pulsechain launch. So we'll see how we go with that. But I think that's kind of, might happen then. We'll see. I think that's the best excitement time, so it kind of makes sense to me, but we'll see. Could do it at any time now. Definitely excitement is ramping up. Stablecoin a couple of years ago. Yeah, well, we got the Coast stablecoin with Fiat because Richard prefers the Fiat. Oh, Katie's gifted 10 Hex Token memberships. Woohoo! Nice one there, Katie. Grab some of those memberships, folks. That's awesome. Nice handout there from Katie. 10 memberships up for grabs. Honey Dripper's got one. Hex Down Under got one. Akim's got one. Mr. Profit's got one. Alfred Berger's got one. Thomas got one. Iron Hex has got one. Andrew Messman's got one. And Hydra Adam and Midi Ali Akbar. So good to see you. Well done. And congratulations to all of you. And of course, a big super shout out to KD for supporting that. One of our awesome moderators in the chat there. So super cool. And congratulations. Welcome to the team. Don't forget you get cool emojis in the chat there. So use those. And in Discord, you get a special title name as well. So there's no, If you want to join our free Discord, the link's in the video description. We've got the best information and the best community in there, so get in there. It really is cool. Right, where did I get up to here? I was a bit up here before KD did the awesomeness. What else there? Search all price sites for Hex Trigger. Algo says Shirley. Smash the like, Superman, bring the alpha. Yeah, we're having a good time together, Bren, that's for sure. Enjoying the ride. We've been very accurate on this channel. I've been impressed by that. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good calls with the seasons and with some of the price calls and some of the events. It's been going pretty well so far. And of course, you can go back, watch the videos, and judge for yourself. That's the way that goes. I like videos. You can go back. Search all price sites for the Hex 2 triggers, says Shirley. Not sure what Shirley's in here. What is that coming up on my channel? I think it's a spam one. Pirate, sorry for that, guys. I don't know what's happening there with that comments. It's not even feeding. Can't even see it in the main chat, so it's a bit weird. What else there? Let's jump up here. Hardy Hex Lauren says, we made it. Woo! 7.8 cents on Hex. We will be getting up to the Hex price pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Ring the bell all the horns there. All right, here we go, Hardy. That's how we roll. Let's jump through some of that. Surely Fortress, I'm not sure where you come with. Surely Fortress, Surely Fortress isn't in there. Sorry about that, Surely. I thought it was some sort of error in the chat there, so I'm not sure what was going on. I'm on Tony Vay's chat texting ETH Genesis Wales to buying an X. Nice one, Shirley. I like that. That sounds good to me. Only 1 year left till the halving release, the Pulse. Yeah, the halving, the Bitcoin halving. Yeah, that's going to be a significant Bitcoin halving too. That's pretty significant. What's up, Hexicans? We've got A-Bit Hex in the house there. And of course, another awesome influencer doing his thing and loving it. Top, I'm mining and minting Hex. I've got no time to tie laces, says Top. I like that. What else we got going there? Brendan says I might have to stay on holidays to keep this Hex pump going. And let's jump in there. We've got Uncle says, Hex, good to see you, my friend. Oh, A-Bit, talking to A-Bit there. Nice. We'll jump through all that. Jump through that. Yeah, I'm not. I see you got a comment about ticks and tokens. Yeah, jump through that. Rags to Riches and Crypto Heartbeat should be able to help you with that. Those questions about ticks and token there. I'm a little bit out of the loop. I got a little bit behind on that. I was up to date for a while, but KD's in the house. He's also covers the ticks and token team as well. So getting to that. Tom Bus in the house there. Wow, cheers for the membership, Katie. You rock. Your Katie's awesome. Katie is awesome. We appreciate it. Uncle says the price of Hex is at 7.91. We will get to the Hex price. It's coming. Let's do it though, folks. We got a crypto news in the house, and of course, let's do it. And I've got to make sure I cover my videos properly this time. Let's go. All right. So we're going to jump into the news. So here we are, folks. Crypto news, and it's been a big day, as you guys know, over the weekend with the banking. So U.S. Department of the Treasury, Janet Yellen. Okay, so the following statement was released by Secretary of Treasury Janet Yellen, Federal Reserve Board Chair Jerome Powell, and the FDIC. So the insurance side, Martin Grunberg. So they released this 12th of March. Today, we are taking decisive actions to protect the U.S. economy by strengthening public confidence in our banking system, and they do need to do that. This step will ensure that the U.S. banking system continues to perform its vital roles of protecting deposits and providing access to credit to households and businesses in a manner that promotes strong and sustainable economic growth. Now, as you guys know, I particularly cover a lot of the stock market and commodities and the Federal Reserve quite a lot on this channel, and the reason is because of all these things that we anticipated coming up, and everything's been playing out pretty well, unfortunately. But a lot of the stuff's predictable, and if you're on the right side of thinking, if you have the right critical thinking, you can see the stuff coming. If you're not, you are the ones often causing the problem. So just the way it goes. Today we are taking decisive actions to protect the U.S. economy by strengthening public confidence in our bank system. And of course, this step will ensure that the U.S. bank system continues to perform its vital roles of protecting deposits and providing access to credit to households and businesses in a manner that promotes strong and sustainable economic growth. So we're going to just accept that for what it is. After receiving a recommendation from the boards of the FDIC and the Federal Reserve and consulting with the President Secretary Yellen approved actions enabling the FDIC to complete its resolution of Silicon Valley Bank, which we talked about that last 2 days, Santa Clara, California, in a manner that fully protects all deposits. So that's good news from that point of view from the FDIC, protecting all the deposits there for Silicon Bank. Depositors will have access to all of their money starting Monday, so that's great news as well. March the 13th. No losses associated with the resolution of Silicon Valley Bank will be borne by the taxpayer, however, so not a government payout. So it's going to be insured there and paid out. So that's good news from that point of view. So the markets will like that management and cover, but the problem is it's still a issue, and we're going to talk about that going forward. We are also announcing a systemic risk exception for signature banks. So they've added a third bank to the issue now, New York, which was closed today. So they closed this signature bank, and I believe that Coinbase had actually moved over to the signature bank. So we'll see whether that turns out to be an issue. I don't think there'll be an issue, but they definitely was funny that they moved to there, as I understand it. By its state chartering authority, all deposits. So that's decided to go in and stop that bank. All depositors of this institution will be made whole. Also, as with the resolution of Silicon Valley Bank, no losses will be borne by the taxpayer, so no government payout. And of course, shareholders and certain unsecured debt holders will not be protected. However, senior management has also been removed. That's pretty aggressive. Any losses to the deposit insurance fund to support uninsured depositors will be recovered by a special assessment on banks as required by law. Finally, the Federal Reserve Board on Sunday announced it will make available additional funding to eligible depository institutions to help assure banks have the ability to meet the needs of all depositors. So they're trying to cover some of that systemic or contagion aspects as well. So it could provide more funding liquidity there. The US banking system remains resilient and on a solid foundation, in part due to reforms that were made after the financial crashes that ensured better safeguards for the banking industry. Those reforms combined with today's actions demonstrate a commitment to take the necessary steps to ensure depositors' savings remain safe. So that is good news for the market, and the market will like that, but they will also note that these three banks in particular, that this is a bigger issue. So that's just maybe one of the seeds of future issues coming up. Why we say that? Because interest rates are expected to continue to rise and rise more aggressively. And of course, we've been covering that in full on this channel. And Jerome Powell there is still in the last public hearing. He basically said to the government, I need some help here. Help me out here. We're kind of boxed in here. We're going to keep raising interest rates. And so your only option is to lift your debt ceiling. And so he's sort of saying, you're going to have to lift your debt ceiling because we're going to keep raising rates. And of course, help me out here. Help me pull down inflation so I don't have to go so high. Don't be so aggressive, because obviously they got big fiscal spending. And of course, the Biden administration there coming out with a big increase in taxes across the board there the other day with a 6.7 trillion increase, and massively, I think it was over 20 trillion over the 10-year period. Just a terrible budget. Like it's just horrific. And I won't say much more about that, but that's kind of where it is. And of course, it's already being knocked down. It's not going to get through. We'll see where that lands though. So lots of issues there on that one. So that's kind of cool. The US banking system there. We'll see how this goes. Interest rates are not holding back though, and of course we've gone from this channel expecting 75 basis points, which was kind of in the middle of the road, to now maybe we'll get 100 to 125 basis points now, and that's significant because the absolute terminal rate has a absolute impact on the economy as it goes higher, and especially once we get past that 5.5% mark, it's really going to start toppling over more and more areas of the economy. So this is a nice little patch at the moment, nice bit of confidence builder, but the problems are still going to get exacerbated as the interest rate goes up. So stay tuned there. All right, so now what does this mean? Financial management. You have to do some financial management as well. So let's hear from Janet Yellen herself. That is the official update there. But let's hear from Janet Yellen. And this is her update on this on a show, so on Face the Nation.
Let me be clear that during the financial crisis, there were investors and owners of systemic large banks that were bailed out, and we're certainly not looking, and the reforms that have been put in place means that we're not going to do that again, but we are concerned about depositors and are focused on trying to meet their needs.
Can you say whether these problems were unique to Silicon Valley Bank, or can you say whether there will be other regional bank failures?
Well, look, let me just say that we want to make sure that the troubles that exist at one bank don't create contagion to others that are sound, and a goal always of supervision and regulation is to make sure that contagion can't occur.
So they've done that today. They have done that, but you got to remember, Yellen was the one that said that inflation was going to be transitory. These guys just don't know what they're doing. Now you've got the Federal Reserve trying to get having to go more aggressive now. They were also in that camp of transitory inflation. Now we're paying the price. So there is some pretty bad stuff happening. Now that is pretty much what happened there. So let's jump in. We haven't finished. We're going to keep going through this. We got, obviously, Silicon Valley Bank customers have access to the deposit starting Monday, as per that announcement there from the Treasury. Depositors will have access to all their money starting Monday. We know that. No losses associated with resolution of Silicon Bank were borne by the taxpayer, so no government payout there. That was on investing.com. Now, obviously, there's also people coming in to buy. They want to buy the Silicon Valley Bank. Bank of London presented an official offer on Sunday to acquire the UK subsidiary of Silicon Valley Bank there. The offer was submitted to a group of top private equity firms led by the Bank of London. In a press release, Bank of London confirmed the submission of a proposal and the consortium's intent to acquire Silicon Valley Bank UK. Consortium of leading private equity firms led by the Bank of London confirms it has submitted formal proposals to His Majesty's Treasury, the Prudential Regulation Authority at the Bank of England, and the board of Silicon Valley Bank. This is a UK. So some pretty big news there. The Federal Deposit Insurance Company, we saw that part of that Treasury release there. The insurance side had initiated an auction process for Silicon Valley Bank on Sunday morning, with the final bids for the bank expected to be submitted by late afternoon. No final decision has been made yet, and it remains possible that no deal will be reached. So obviously they're now auction for that bank as well. And of course, that's kind of a good thing, and presumably they're going to get a discount. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. This is the way it goes. So that is some interesting news. We also had, obviously, Signature Bank as well. Someone's put that in the comments, I see. But Signature Bank, obviously, part of that third bank there, to be suddenly just, you guys got to stop operations there. Joint statement, obviously, we covered that joint statement. And of course, the Signature Bank is a New York State chartered commercial bank and is FDIC insured as well, with total assets of approximately 110 billion and total deposits of approximately 88 billion as of December 31st, 2022. The DFS is in close contact with all regulated entities in light of market events, monitoring market trends, and collaborating closely with other state and federal regulators to protect consumers, ensure the health of entities we regulate, and preserve the stability of the global financial system. We are also announcing similar systemic risk exception for Signature Bank, as we read in the official announcement there as well. So this is going to be a big deal there. The move came a mere months after Signature announced it would be reducing its exposure to the crypto sector, and we did cover that some time back there for Signature. So that's pretty interesting. Lots of players, all this interrelationships here, and of course DeFi is the future. This is all just amplifying the Pulsechain DeFi narrative. It is pretty exciting, folks, and just the way it goes. Now, obviously, we still want the onboarding to be intact. That's the only issue that we really think, that mass adoption onboarding. So we, it's a fine balancing line between these narratives. So we got another one here for. So besides all the stuff here going in terms of trying to stabilize the system with these early bank issues, we also have other narratives going on, but not by the regulators themselves, and they're trying to sneak in some pretty sneaky stuff here with the old Federal Reserve as well. So we're going to talk about that. That's been a big story, and we're going to play that as well. This is going on, so think what you might of this.
In South Dakota, we are the session that completes its business earliest in the year. We are the first ones to really look at this bill and find out the truth of what's in it. And I did veto that bill. I'm asking my legislators to change their minds, to make the right decision and help me kill this bill once and for all. But I'm telling you, Tucker, We've got the same language coming to over 20 other states. I believe it's to pave a way for the federal government to control our currency and thus control people. It should be alarming to everyone, and it's being sold as a UCC guidelines update. There's no rush to do this. We need to be smart and make sure that we're doing what we can to protect people. I find it ironic that we also are having this discussion at the same time we have banks and credit card companies talking about coding gun and ammunition in a separate code so they can track it. So not only can they tie these two issues together, if the government doesn't approve of what you're purchasing, if they have the only form of digital currency out there and that is endorsed and utilized in the country, they can control how you spend that money and thus take away all your freedom. In South.
All right, so you can see from that story, there's a couple of things happening. Those things attack the First and Second Amendments in the United States. So a CDC, a centralized currency, they can turn, if they get it programmable, they can turn off and off people's speech they don't like. So that's the First Amendment. The Second Amendment, of course, the banks looking to tag people doing gun purchases and that. So that's Second Amendment, right to bear arms. And then you've got, on top of that, you've got the actual centralized currency. And of course, we see more and more governments trying to bring that in around the world and having these early conversations, some of them more advanced than others. And of course, the regulators in there also working to make this happen. And we see they're trying to sneak this stuff into the regulations there. And of course, that government is talking about stopping it in its tracks. So a pretty big deal here. So they play these narratives. So we've got these narratives all running together at the moment. Then we've got these bank issues as well, and that part plays into their narrative as well. So they seem to win on both sides. Things going down or bad, they win. Things going good, they win. They just trying to get more power and move us to a pretty controlled environment, right? So some pretty big issues happening there, and a lot of these narratives running at the same time. Now, that is pretty much the crypto news. In terms of that, we're going to get into the crypto market prices. Before we do that, though, let's get back into the chat there. Welcome to everybody to the live stream. We've got about 130 people watching at the moment, so a big welcome to all of you. And don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button on the way in. Let's get some of these comments. Since I talked about the crypto news, I like to break up the sections. What else? Who else has jumped in here? We got through the memberships there. That was nice of KD. I request a horn for that one, Super. Yeah, I think I gave you the horn. The horn for KD. Nice. I appreciate that, KD. Nice gifting. Let me have a look here. We got, let's jump through some of those. We got Wookiees in the house. You're the boom and welcome to Hex Token. Yeah, it was nice with KD for sure. Pulse Trump says, anyone else to happy Richard Hart has released Pulsechain yet? Yeah, it's getting pretty close though, getting pretty close. And Pulse Trump says, RH is the master of timing. The universe is on his side, divine timing, says Pulse Trump there as well. The Church of Universe Oneness, we talked about the Signature Bank update. Yeah, that was cool. Harry Williams says, I bought the Hex dip at 1 cent, says Harry. When was that? It was 1.7 cents. Is that some sort of intraday trade? I don't remember quite like that, but maybe way back at 1 cent there. It was definitely 1.7, just below 1.7 was the low price. Tony, do you still use Martin Armstrong? I don't know who you're talking to, Shirley. Who's Shirley's talking to? You on two chats or what? Keep putting in the wrong chat? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to jump past Shirley's ones there. Yellen, how many billions did she gave the Ukrainian guy after cutting down the US? Yeah, I think she was there about 2 weeks ago in the Ukraine. Oversight, they love oversight, says Alfred. Yeah, it's more than just oversight now. It's really, they're trying to control everything, moving us towards that sort of 1984 nightmare. I'm back in Hexco. I had to go troll Tony V chat for a minute. Okay, cool. You guys are in Tony V's chat there. What else there? Definitely smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tin Top says, I told Tony V that RH 11K and Pro is still in effect. He's talking about how it's more likely BTC goes to 300,000 than 10,000, says Tony V. Obviously, he's talking about people flooding into the safe haven of Bitcoin. That's the narrative there. Shirley says, keep asking him to look at the Hex chart, please. ETH Genesis Whales are buying Carl Moon on Tech. I'm talking about that's true. That's good. And Hardy Extorm says only cash and Hex Pulse will mean freedom. Definitely, that's a good part of the risk management for sure. That's what we talked about the other day. Before all this calamity, we talked about risk management just the day before all this stuff happened. Isn't that funny? That's pretty hilarious. What else there? QQ's announced their freedom, 100%. We had, the West has flourished in big part because of freedom. All our rights are based on the rights of freedom. So all of our awesome rights are based on freedom. Our economy, our health and protection is helped on freedom. And these guys within the West are trying to take it away. And so we've really got to stand up. We're in a civil way wherever we are around the world, particularly in the West, against these kind of tyrannies that a lot of the administrations are trying to run through. We've got globalist elites, we've got socialist progressives. Both of those two classes are up to no good. So we really do have to stand up for our freedoms. They're trying to, what's that, Vance in the house there? Big Chet is on the board. He blocked me when I told him about the Hex 2 years ago, says Vance. We've got Blair in the house there. Hi all, good to see you, Blair. Ted Nelson as well. What's up? Everybody had to put my boots on with all this blood in the streets tomorrow. It will be interesting. Yeah, on Monday for the opening on the stock market, we'll be covering that. It's going to be interesting for sure. Rango says, do with a hammer candle forming on the 4 hour. Okay, nice. And Roof Dog in the house. Roof Dog, good to see everybody. Thanks to you, man, again for all your knowledge. You're welcome, man. We're loving this stuff here. Education's the way. Teach your kids well and have lots of them, says QQ. Yep, all good. Now, did I actually cover? Let's get back into it. We're going to get into the crypto prices. I will leave a timestamp, as you guys know, afterwards as well. So let's do that. Let's go. All right, so here we are. We got this is nomics.com. We're got the I think it's the third biggest ranking site. I think it's bigger than Coin Caprica, but it's a good site too. Global market cap there at 1.2 trillion. It is up almost 5%. 4.92% is the global market cap, back over a trillion. That's a good sign for us all. We'll take that. And let's see in the top 10 gainers and top 100. We've got Threshold there, CoinFlux. I don't know what that Threshold's up 110%. It's pretty good. Synthetics Network up 31, Maker up 25, Optimism, Render Token, Stacks, Phantom, Lido down there 18%, and and ApeCoin. So some big moves in some of the top hundreds there. Now BTC up 6.9%, 21,912. Coinbase in particular is I think there's a lot of activity on there. I heard somebody was saying that Coinbase buying Bitcoin itself, so that could be happening there too. Ethereum there up 7.3% at 1,574. Binance Coin there at 4.3%. US dollar, USDC, folks. Obviously got down to what, about 89.5 cents, is now back up at 98.6. So the Sacrifice wallets holding all that Sacrifice over $600 million, $650 million is going back up towards that value. And of course, with the USD Tether that it moved out, it made several trades. USD Tether, it moved back into DAI, and it's now sitting at the top. We can actually look at that. Actually, I was going to pull it up. Well, let's look at that. So 98.6 cents, up 2.5%. It did at least it did several transactions over the last 48 hours, and so we're talking 24 hours, and so we're going to talk about that. So it is up 2.5%. That's great news, folks, for the Hex value as well as the USDC and the Sacrifice wallets, also over $600 million. We're probably going to make some money on that. Going to make some money with the moves that the Sacrifice wallet has done. So it's kind of cool. When I say we, no expectations. It's the Sacrifice wallet. Don't get expectations, guys. All right, so Cardano there up 9%. We've got Hex sitting at number 8. Woohoo! Rock on at number 8, up 2 spots on Nomics, up almost 16% there. We've got 10.97 billion there. I'm not sure what's happened with the volume. It seems to have gone off the planet there. It's not registering right from the looks of it. And of course, we're at 7777. Remember yesterday, was it? We had 6666. And now we're up to 777, which is much better there. So that's pretty cool. So 7777 is where we're at there. So looking good. Polygon, we passed that. So we're at 10.97 billion on Hex. We passed Polygon and Dogecoin and OKB. So we smashed those into number 8, looking really, really good. I know that we've been fighting around with these positions as well. I think I actually saw us at number 7 as well. Was it yesterday? So we've been moving around, looking pretty good there. We're not too far away from Cardano at 11.27, and Hex has just crossed the 11 billion mark. So looking pretty good there. And we just jumped to 7.8 cents on Hex. So really nice, folks. This is going so good. We're challenging that high. So we're going to get to that in a second. We've got Binance is number 18. Binance USD is almost back at peg, 99.7. Solana there is up 12%, Polkadot up 8%, and DAI. So USDC and DAI were both down. DAI got down to, was it 88.5, somewhere in that ballpark. I think it was. It's up at 98.9 cents. And of course, this is what Sacrifice Wallet is holding. Lots of this, right? So that's pretty cool. We've got Shiba Inu there at number 17, down 1. Tron 18, Litecoin at 19, and Avalanche at number 20. Let's go have a look at this DAI though, and see where we can go to the contract. It's going to show us. Yeah, I think we can just go to the contract there. Looking good. So Hex looking really good there. This is that. Let's go to the holders of DAI. Woohoo! And look, we have been passed here by the Aave protocol, but we're sitting at 277.9 million US dollars in the PulseX Sacrifice wallet. Woohoo! Number 2. We were number 1 yesterday. Obviously, DAI's moved around with the values going up. So yeah, 4.38% is looking good there. Now, we were also at number 10 yesterday, and I'm just trying to remember the address. I think it may be 12E. Let me just think about that now. No, it's not. It's this one here, I think it's B8, yeah, B81. I think that's the one there. So we've also got that address as a Sacrifice address too, and that's kind of cool as well. So if we jump into here, let me just have a look here. We swapped in USDC coin, a USDC coin there, $80 million worth moved into there, plus another 25 million. That gets us up to around the 105 million mark. So that's kind of cool too. Yeah, so PulseX Sacrifice there, see that? So this is, we're going back, following the addresses backwards. Super bullish there. So Sacrifice address holding, we start off with 51% in DAI. And of course we had 615 million and 51% of that was DAI. Now we've increased that percentage. I haven't done the full reconciliation yet because I haven't had time, but we've obviously got way more DAI now, above 51%, now that we've done those swaps with the USD Tether and USDC as well, swapping into DAI. So cool. Remember, DAI is over collateralized, but the biggest commodity that's collateralizing it is USDC, funny enough. And of course, the exposure there by Circle was about 3.3 billion, but it looks like that will be insured and covered. So I think Circle is going back to parity. That's pretty much what we called it, and that does appear to be the case. So bullish there. And of course, Sacrifice there looking good. With the parrot moving back to parity as well, that was a nice little arbitrage play. And from USD Tether, which was holding $1, and then moving into these discounted stable coins. In other words, Sacrifice wallets basically goes back to peg, and it's ahead. It's made millions of dollars just on the arbitrage. Very nice. So it could probably be in excess of $5 million that it's made. So looking good there, folks. All right. Now, let's get to Hex, though. Hex is looking pretty fun, too. And so Hex here at 7.843. Look at this chart. Woohoo! Doyle rules. Doyle rules there, man. Is that cool? Is that cool or what? Doyle rules 7.843. That's the nominal value of Hex. And it's going up and away there. This is on the 15-minute chart. You guys know I like the nuances here. Wow, look at that. Beautiful, eh? Woohoo! On the way up. So nice. And more people are getting street cred to Richard Hart's ecosystem. Hex, Pulsechain, PulseX. Getting a lot more street, getting excited about it. The influencers are talking about it. CeFi's getting attacked on many sides, and of course that makes DeFi and Pulsechain and narrative just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And of course exciting times. The fundamentals for Hex are getting better as well. So even excluding all the CeFi, all the DeFi, the Pulsechain, the Hex fundamentals are great as well. Underneath, we're seeing lots of big staking, the staking ladder and stuff like that. We're going to talk more about that when we get up to the Hex stakes there as well. So anyway, let's get into, that's the 15-minute chart. Let's go to the hourly chart. This is the hourly chart here. We go back 24 hours. You can see where we were. And so let's go back 24. I think we were down here somewhere. So yeah, we were at 6.9 cents 24 hours ago. We're now at 7.84 cents. So 6.9 to 7.84, looking really good. That is great news. Let's go to the whale bot and check that out. So the last 24 hours, we had some cool stuff. Let me just scroll back up here on the whale bot and see where we go. So 18 hours ago, we had 2.5 million Hex bought for 177K. That was pretty cool. We do have some traders around as well. Some of them have been getting wrecked, by the way. So traders buying in and then selling out, sorry, and then buying in and losing value because they should just believe in the system and stop trading it because yeah, they just are losing their money, and it's a lot of money. I mean, you're putting in $250,000, $500,000, whatever they're putting in, and they end up losing on the trade. You remember that's this part of it. It's great for liquidity though for Hex, right? Buying and selling. Some of them win, some of them don't win. Particularly in a market like this, if it's on a rising market and they decide to buy in, that's the even big issues for them. But hey, we've got a long-term narrative play out. It's going to be pretty fun. Now we had 10 million Hex mining ended, so another big one here. Big ROI. This is 1100 days, so real OG mining of T-shares here. And of course, they won't get the 1589 even with the reward. 153% ROI, 15.3 million Hex, so a big reward there. And well done. Congratulations, Hexkin. That's how Hex works. Very cool. So let's jump in here and see if there's any comments. Yep. Clap. Nice. Very nice. That's how you play it. They kept the whole 1100 days. They didn't get penalized. And they got the sweet reward. That's right. So very cool there. That's how you roll. Now, what else there? We got a few other things there. We've got 3.8 million 11 hour ago, bought for 289. So if we have a look back here on the chart, 11 hours ago, we're getting into sort of this territory. So we had some of those big buys in here, some of the big buys in here, moving the chart up. You can see that the whales contributing to that. What else there? We talked about Ivan. We've got a few here. Now, this is not about Hex, but some of the derivatives of Hex and the maxis, perpetuals. We're getting seeing these relative discounts here, so there can be some value in there. But once again, do your own due diligence. What else there? We've got where to go up to there? We've got miner allocated 1.6 million for 800 days. They keep changing the language on here, but basically they've picked themselves some T-shares. And of course, this is a win-win. Gets Hex off the circulating supply. Very cool. 1 hour ago, we had 3.1 million Hex bought for 248,000. So that's in the last hour. We can see that we've got these buys in here. So you can see the whales participating in here in these zones and pushing us up. We're now at 7843, folks, and that's a big deal. So that's a big deal. That is the Hex whale bot, folks. Very cool. And we're 30 minutes into the next day as well. So cool. We've got here 100,000 Hex is now going to cost you $7,919 for 100,000 Hex. So that's pretty cool, and it's pretty much on parity with the USDC. So the USDC is almost back to a peg, and now there's this gap between a pegged Hex and price and the USDC price is almost closed completely. So you can see there's only about a $30 difference, give or take, at the moment, and it's really closed off there now that the USDC is heading back towards peg. Pretty cool. So let's have a look at Hex on the 4 hourly. So the Hex on the 4 hourly at the moment, that's the Hex on the 4 hourly. Nice little real strong moves. But we're going to get rid of the overlay and have a look at the RSI on the 4 hourly. This is kind of the trader view. We just entered the overbought territory. We could start there for a little bit, but that's where we are on the 4 hourly. But more importantly, let's go to the daily and check that out. The daily here, and that is our chart on the daily, looking pretty nice there. And we're about to beat out the 2nd of March, where we got up to 7.8 cents. We're already we've already beaten it. We're at 7.843 cents. So we're looking super good here on the old Hex price. Let's bring up the RSI as well. RSI here is not even an overbought territory. We're at 65. We've got plenty of room to move for this breakout. Nice. So that's really cool. What else there? On the 24 hours, we've had 361 trades, 50% buy value, and 54% of the buy volume at 2.6 million versus 2.1 on the largest trading pair. It's now got 6.9 million liquidity in it. Had 6.5 million last time I looked at it last night, my time. We're up 13.38% on the 24 hour, and with 5.25%, 2.3% in the last 6 hours and 1% in the last hour. So onwards and upwards for the old Hex. It really does look like that breakout, just like Ivan on Tech was calling. Looks like a real another level of breakout here we're about to experience. So very excited. So that is that. Let's pick up the Uniswap. I was not going to do that, but we're going to pick up the Uniswap and we'll pull up the liquidity for Hex to see what that looks like. Obviously, the liquidity has been supporting a move higher with the price as well. So we're going to talk about that's US V3. We're going to look at the same liquidity for the chart that we're looking at. So let's have a look at that. Here we go, folks. Looking very good. Look at that. Woohoo! There's all the buyers in here. There's the buyers. We've got buy support up to 5.4 cents with these other candles of about 38,000 each candle. These other bigger candles at 56,000. So we've got this big buy support down here. And we've got a bit of a gulf here until we get to the next tranche. This next tranche has got about $14,000 candles in it to $22. So 14 to 22. These are $22,000 candles in here. Look at them all. And they take us right up to 7.84 cents. So we've got that support in there at 7.8. So two tranches, different support levels, 7.8 and 5.4. And then we've got the market price currently at 7.93 or 7.84 there, about to break through. And of course, these are the candles in front of us. Now we switch, because they're selling Hex. So rather than US dollar buying, we've got the sellers on the left-hand side here. And that's got Hex candles. So they start off about 176,000 Hex. And of course, they get down to the bottom here. By the time we get to, guess what, 10.045 cents, and the candles are down to 111,000 Hex. So you can see that people generally have to come on over the top as well. So there are two things not showing on here, of course, limit orders and off-market stuff, which is the bigger stuff, right? People studying stuff there with US dollars and Hex, so they're going to battle each other as well. But based on liquidity pool, it's really designed to push people over the top. And of course, with all these influencers and everybody else talking about it, all this other stuff going on, we've been talking about, it's just creating this excitement, and Pulsechain Testnet V3 looking very, very close indeed. So very, very cool. Remember, Pulsechain Testnet V3 is going to be the first proof of stake, a fork as well. So it's really got this wonderful narrative around that too. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, exciting times here. Now, as you guys know, my next price call is still between 8.6 cents. Other people have got it slightly lower at 8.4 and things like that, but 8.6 cents, and then of course 10 cents. So that's kind of the play there, and you can see that that is kind of supported with the liquidity as well. We get up to about 9 cents here, so it's slightly higher than 8.6. So that is the 8.6 line is around here, so it's not that far in front of us at all, is it? And of course 8.4 is even a bit lower. That's pretty close as well, so easy through there. One whale could get us through there in that time. And of course by the time we get to 10 cents is the next play. 10 cents is around this mark here, so not far from the end of the chance. Obviously, as you get this, you're going to need more people to offer in more supply. You're going to need LP positions to change so that people can buy. Larger holders will be willing to buy into the supply to move us up higher. So you do need a bit of that switching around. So pretty cool on the old Hex. Glorious, and definitely looking like it's going to break out to the next high. And we've already covered the previous 7 and 8, so not far away from 8 cents, are we? Not far away indeed. Let's jump over to Hedron briefly. Hedron is at 2,174. It is up 9.75%, 61 buys, 73% of buy trades, and of course 79% buy volumes, 166k over 44k on the trading pair for USDC. $100 million liquidity, looking really, really good. So congratulations there. Now I didn't bring up the ACOSA HSI auctions, but they're on at the moment as well. So I might just leave that out today. But let's have a look at Dev Huey, and let's see if Dev Huey here is got us update on the Wattses. So Wattses at the moment, let's have a look. Yeah, 2 Wattses have been burned in the last 24 hours. That is the Dev Huey's there, but the HSI auctions are definitely on play. Actually, let's just bring it up because I always cover it, so it feels a bit weird not covering it today. So let's just log on. And let's go to the HSI auctions, see how many are in the liquidation queue. We've got 3,637 in the liquidation queue, not yet bought into the auctions. How many auctions we've got? 62 today, massive day. Good thing I covered it and didn't miss it, because there's a massive amount of Hex HSIs in today's auctions. Huge number. And of course there's from 3 T-shares here, heaps of 3 T-shares, 10 shares, 113 T-shares. We've got a couple of the very big ones in here, so there's over 90 or so that are over $1 million. Here's one of them here, 1.2 million, 150 T-shares up for grabs. 13.3 billion bid on that so far. And we've got lots of other T-shares up there, something for everybody, folks. Lots of T-shares and B-shares around. So let's see what happens here. Now you do need to use app.ACOSA Pro and of course bid with Hedron if you want to bid on any of these. But some people have been getting some insane deals with this, so it's been pretty cool. So a big shout out there for the X system. So that is pretty much it. We're going to get into the Pulsechain project, which is our next section. We're going to leave it on the Hex price there at the moment. Looking very nice indeed is the Hex price. So let's do that. Let's pull up some of these comments. Where are we up here? We got how far ahead am I? We've got Astrid in the house. I'm not sure whether they got it to Astrid, but Astrid's in the house there. Good to see you. Actually, we haven't had that many comments, which is kind of cool. Lost in Crypto, what is the best way to buy Hex, MoonPay, Transact, Kraken? Kraken's definitely pretty good. MoonPay, the fees are a bit higher. I think Kraken's on the cheaper end. Binance Kraken is probably on the cheaper end there. If you have to think about from the US. So yeah, probably, I think Kraken's probably a pretty good balance there. I know obviously Binance US, Coinbase, Kraken, but yeah, Kraken probably the better one there at the moment. MoonPay, I think the fees are a little bit on the high side. So just take that into account. What else? There's crypto.com too for US as well. If you're in Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Brazil, you can use Easy Crypto. Really super cheap, easy platform. So that's if you want to, if that's if you're in those countries, that's a really great platform. So think about that. All right, here we are, 7.867, man. Exciting. Hex token channel pump. Woohoo! Let's bring it on, man. Be great to crack 8 cents during the live stream, and everybody gets excited. All right, we're going to cover the only Pulsechain project update that I'm aware of that I normally cover. I always cover the top utilities. Is the Internet Money update with KG, and I had a big announcement coming out around the Internet Money. So Internet Money is obviously a crypto wallet. It's going to be a better wallet in many ways than MetaMask because it's going to have profit sharing. Instead of all the profits going to MetaMask, it's going to go to the people that hold the Internet Money wallet, which is kind of cool. Now, obviously, we're expecting a Hart wallet down the future. It's going to be interesting to see how those dynamics play out. Obviously, Richard Hart has got the big following. But there's plenty of room for everybody, isn't there? And so it's pretty cool. Major announcement here. The team has been hard at work, and we're excited to announce some bigger updates for Internet Money. A new version of the Internet Money wallet has been pushed to all 3 platforms, iOS, ready now, Android, and Chrome, pending App Store approval. So big news there from Internet Money. They're getting very close to mainnet, to actually launching live. So it's pretty cool. It's on testnet, of course. Number 2, the update contains many things, but the most important thing being Time. That's their token. Time has launched on Ethereum, BSC, and Pulsechain testnets. And of course, wallet now and supports the Time functionality. This means you can see what it will be like to earn and claim your passive income on the mainnet. So very, very, very cool. Now, one of the big things about Pulsechain is a lot of the projects that are being built on Pulsechain, this is what's going to help DeFi and Pulsechain take over crypto, is this profit sharing theme. It's a massive theme, part of the Pulsechain ecosystem, and Internet Money is a great example of that. This means you can see what it's like to earn and claim your passive income on the mainnet. Now, this is always subject to volume and user adoption, so that's always the case. But you know, Internet Money's been doing a lot of work in that space, as you guys know. So onwards and upwards for that. Internet Money says we're asking that everyone uses the in-app swap feature on the testnets, and so that we can test time functionality. So you can use the swap feature there and test it out, because that's going to create volume and of course pay out the passive income rewards. It's going to be pretty awesome. Now on Pulse, they're going to be launching multi-chain, remember? But on Pulsechain, when they launch, it's going to be Pulse that people are going to be getting. So people are going to be wanting that, because the Pulse, it goes up and to the right, you're going to be laughing yourself silly. So it's pretty neat there. If you find anything bugs or have a feature request, you can head to the Telegram Internet Money Telegram. And number 4, Time is officially undergoing its second round of security audits and an economic order. So like following in the spirit of Hex, which really led the way in audits, code audits and economic audits, it is doing that as well. This is to ensure the immutable contract with no admin keys. That is Time. So this is really around the DeFi. No admin keys, immutable code is both secure and mathematically sound. These reports will be made available to everybody when finalized. So just helps you to give more confidence about the wallet and the ecosystem. Very important, obviously, if you're putting your funds onto a wallet, you want to know that it's got that security level that you would expect. We are very close to launching Time and Future. These are the 2 tokens for the platform on Ethereum and BSC mainnets. So they're going to launch on Ethereum and BSC. I'm super excited for this. We get to see it operate. We've already seen the first Sacrifice project, BNB Pot, launch on BNB chain and get their products rolled out. They've still got to roll out. We see any issues that happen on these rollouts in practice from theory. And of course, we're going to have Internet Money operate too. So very, very bullish there as well. So big updates there, and big shout out to Internet Money. Obviously, you can check them out on internetmoney.io. So it's pretty cool. If you haven't followed these guys, you can follow them on Twitter there. I'm going to post in the comment section Internet Money's Twitter if you want to follow them and you're interested in downloading that wallet. Now, obviously, you can have a couple of wallets. There's no harm in that. And of course, if you like the profit sharing, that's even more bullish. So very, very cool. And their team's definitely been working very hard on to make that wallet really, really great. And I believe it really is. It's making MetaMask, really gonna with this profit sharing in particular, make MetaMask really supersede that sort of model, right? Because that they don't share the profits. They take all the swap profits. We see a lot of big wallets using that, over $100 million, $150 million of revenue all going to MetaMask. Why? Why shouldn't it go to all the users? And that's where our Pulsechain ecosystem is going to help people head. The profits won't go to some sort of centralized organization, but go to you, the crypto users. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? All right, very nice. Now let's get into some of this stuff here. We got some more comments. We got QQ's in house says Ivan is tweeting about Hex a lot. Good stuff. It is beautiful stuff. Really bullish for Hex, everybody. And Pulsechain. Lost in crypto. I have used Transact SQL, but the best for US citizens is Coinbase for USD. See, off to self-custody hardware wallet and then go to CowSwap, says Stintok. That sounds pretty good to me too. And that's when Coinbase let you buy USDC again, yeah, which I think is opening Monday, right? We talked about that. Stevie D says, hey buddy, good to see you, Stevie D. Happy Monday, Sunday, Hexkins, definitely. So in the north, I guess in the United States, it's still Sunday, and of course in down under here it is Monday. Just the way it goes. Coinbase definitely tracking all transactions since Coinbase. That's the problem with a lot of these centralized stuff as well. USDC transactions are paused on Coinbase at the moment. Yep. But like I say, there are alternatives, Kraken, what do we say, Crypto.com. What's the other one I was talking about yesterday? I just forgot what it is, but it might come to me later. I believe I have something regardless now. We'll have a rope around our necks is listed in crypto. What else there? Crypto panhandle in house there. When highest of stakes, bro. Now, apparently there's going to be a highest of stakes update on Maddie Allen's show coming up on the Gains, was it Mad Gains, what do they call it? DeFi Insights. I can't remember what the show is, but that apparently it's coming up on that show. That the distribution, in other words, the marketing and getting the big streamers, the top 5 streamers, to use it was expected in Q1, Q2. So what we're only in March at the moment, so the end of Q1. But we're going to have an update there on Matt Allen's show as well. So that's expected to come out. We had one of the producers in the chat there yesterday, so he's going to be talking about that. Andrew Reynolds says, hi everybody, busy day today, glad I could make the show live. Hey, it's good to see you, Andrew, as always. Bought more Hex today, like a boss. Hexforce 1 in the house there. Hey, Superman from warm Arizona. Nice one, Hexforce. Good to see it's warm over there. I guess the season's probably changing a little bit, although I have seen a lot of snow videos still coming out of the US, the way it goes. So yeah, we're at 7.879 at the moment on Hex. And Sandy Beach got 8 cents. Where does that, Sandy Beach? Because I can't see that it's not on Deck Screener. So I'm not sure where that is. Let me know. Text and token voice chat is open on Telegram if you need any questions answered. So that's from KD. And so if you go to our Discord, KD, Text and token. So I think that's if you go to Text and token Discord, you'll be able to see that. You might need to post a link, KD, if that's in your Text and token Discord. Terry Doc in the house there, Sandy. Yep, Sandy's here. Rising Star on Twitter is Sandy. Matcha. Okay, so it's 8 cents on Matcha. Sandy Beach says. Okay, nice. We're at 7.892 on Deck Screener here. Should I bring up that? I think that's it. So that is the Pulsechain update. Let's get into the Hex Daily stats, folks, because we've got paid. If you are mining Hex for T-shares, you got paid. Day 1196, hot off the press there, the 12th of March 2023. The price is the snapshot is at 7.914. Woohoo! Man, it's looking so juicy. Things are just warming up too, eh? Things are just warming up here. We've got the price up 15% after yesterday, up 21.5. Feels like a bull market again, doesn't it? With these sort of double-digit price increases. Pretty awesome. We've got the payout per T-share at 6.348. Now that is our payday today, so nice. And of course, the share rate there is $2,106. The share rate is up 13.3 at the moment to 26,610. Now, I always say this, the share rate is going to be going up dramatically based on HexFire's projections, up over 32,000 by the end of the year. So earlier pays better in the Hex contract. Earlier pays better. If you're going to get T-shares and start mining some Hex, that is the best play. The earlier pays better there. The Hex Gold Whale is coming out on the 23rd. We can see that too, the 23rd here. Hex Gold Whale is coming out, 146,000 T-shares. That's kind of cool from the reward pool, but it's also going to have probably a marginal impact on the share rate. But the share rate from OG stakes is going to apparently kick in November later in the year. So remember that. This is the four-month chart ahead of us with the global mining of T-shares. It's got to get the language right there. We've got these small, large holders. This is much smaller than it used to be. And then we've got some largest miners here with the T-shares. But it's actually really, even though we've got a big front of the wave still, it still looks pretty thin out in the future. And of course, every time these guys go to remine their stakes, whatever, they're going to get less and less T-shares. That's the way it goes. All right, and the Hex Gold Whale is playing its role. All right, 7.936, folks. Woohoo! Yeah, up 15% on Hex. It's looking good. So I had to come back to that. Sorry, I got distracted. All right, so we've got the average mining there, 6.45 years, with the Hex Gold Whale coming out with those 146,000 T-shares. That's going to impact that, probably go up to 6.7, 6.8. The APY, this is the return that everyone cares about, 35.9% paid out in Hex terms. Obviously, US dollar price moves around. Liquidity in the pool, look at this, OMG, 46,843,000 Hex in the pool. Crazy, and we're almost back up to 7 million in liquidity with 3,200 in ETH as well. So dramatic changes in the liquidity pool, pretty cool. Now, we obviously, that moves around because people buying, also moves around because people moving the LP positions as well, which we've seen that happen. Now, Hex is easy to understand. We have a reward pool and an ownership pool. And of course, if the ownership pool is full of T-shares, it stands for T-shares. When you take your Hex, you swap it over for pretty much, you swap it over for T-shares or B-shares. And of course, then you become part of the ownership pool, and the reward or the T-share ownership pool goes up or down. Then Hex payout per T-share changes every day, but basically it's just going to go up and to the right with the payout. So pretty neat. Now we're down 4,880 today. We're sitting at 10,224,000 T-shares in there, and that's expected to go down once the Hex Gold Whale comes out on the 23rd by about 146,000 at least, plus other stuff that's in there too. So the lock percentage of coins, 10.19% of all Hex is staked at the moment. We had 813,000 in penalties today, pretty nice. And of course, the growth of the ecosystem is going pretty nicely at the moment with the price. 175 increase on Etherscan for the Hex contract, 723,296 liquid Hex wallets. But looking at the main headline number is for the Hex stakers, up 25 to 119,531. Almost up at 120,000. We'll get there in the end. But of course, we have to improve these staker numbers, or mining numbers, I should say, current number of miners. We have to get those up, right? So we've got a bit of work to do. Get out there and spread the good word. Total holders up 379 to 538,528. That is day 1196, folks. And we're in the fourth month or the fourth year for Hex. And we're on day 1197. The base payout is pretty much around 6.3 Hex per T-share. And we're doing pretty fun, having good times. And here is the global staking ladder. So it really is, even though we still have quite a large amount, billions still in the front of the ladder, most of these are just continuing to remine. And of course, it does thinning out over the year as well. The forward projection looks much better. So there's a lot less mining T-shares out there. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, the Hex price, 7936, looking like a boss. And of course, we're getting closer and closer and closer to the testnet V3 coming out. It's almost like you have to keep refreshing Richard Hart's tweets here because it could happen anytime. Now, what time is it in the US? It is currently on California. It is 10:30 in the evening. So 10:30 in the evening. And of course, what time is it in New York? It is, hopefully this is right, where it's 10 to 9 in New York at the moment on Sunday. So still Sunday there. So let's see. We're getting pretty close. It sounds good to me. All right. Is that with it? I think I've gone through the updates here. That is pretty much it. That is the big update 19 hours ago. We're up to 281,000 views on that too. Looking forward to it. Man, it's going to drop like a bomb there. And of course, the first proof of stake fork, it's going to be pretty epic. Hope you guys get excited. We'll have our own view, of course, of this. We have our own view of the beacon chain there with Erigon as well. We're going to have people set up their their mining pools and all sorts of stuff. There's going to be a mining interface that people can use. We've seen the snapshots of that by Richard way back, and that's going to be exciting too. So lots of cool new interfaces to look at with the old Pulsechain proof of stake test network V3. That's basically V1 for the proof of stake version. And yeah, it's going to be fun to see all the epochs and the blocks move past, the slots get filled. And of course, validators. You have a validator, you have other validators that do the attestation of the blocks, and they all get selected and rotate through. And of course, it's going to be fun to see that. At the moment, Ethereum has 548,763 validators, and of course, on Pulsechain, you're going to need 32 million to be a solo validator. But there will be likely to be other innovations around pooled staking, staking as a service, and of course, centralized exchanges as well. You can see how things ramp up pretty quickly as well. Now, you remember Ivan on Tech talking about, oh, please, Richard, bring us some stable coins that we can trust that are big. Well, we already have those coming. We already have Liquid Loans, a fork of Liquidity, using Pulse as the collateral. And so that's just a game changer. We know Liquidity is doing really well, and we're looking at that growing by scale. So obviously Liquid is on Ethereum doing really well. We wanted that to grow by scale. We've got PowerCity now with the Earn protocol forking the Liquidity protocol as well. And of course, that is going to have Pulse X as the collateral, the external to the actual platform. And that's superior. That's the best model so far that we've seen. And because we have two versions of those on our main Richard Heart token, it's going to be beautiful. Both of them with the awesome tokenomics as well. 25% burn on top of the Pulse chain, and the big buy and burn on Pulse X. So we have two glorious tokens decreasing in supply, and of course that adds more value to the stablecoin support. It's going to be beautiful that, right? So it's going to be pretty amazing. We're also going to have the Coast with the fiat on ramp with no custodial in the middle, just the banking partner to allow the transfer of fiat to USDC on Ethereum, for example, and then of course the stablecoin. Probably PUSD or CST on the Pulsechain network, and when that launches, so it's super bullish. We'll have the two very best models that are out there for Pulsechain, 3 of them as well, and then who knows, maybe we will get a Heart stable coin at some stage, or maybe not, because the Coast has done it anyway. So we'll see about that one. Bit of a wild card there. So very, very, very cool. We know that some time ago Richard Heart reached out about exchanges. We know that he was also trying to get an exchange license in Spain. That didn't quite work out, but he was also did a tweet route there to talk to exchanges. So he was definitely, looks like he was trying to look at that option with on-ramp, off-ramps, and stable coins. So that's definitely a wild card out there still on the roadmap. So very, very cool stuff. And so, yeah, we're going to have PowerCity, Liquid Loans, and Coast all bring some very important utility to the chain. And you can see Ivan on Tech there sort of crying out there, can you bring that too, Richard? You bring all this amazing stuff that's going to really help crypto generally. Can you bring that? And it looks like we're going to have that too. So you can see that everything's just getting better and better. It's going to be a lot of fun to see that play out. So very, very excited about that. Hex at the moment, 7.939. How we're doing for time at now, 22. We've got 115 people in the house. Good to see everybody, by the way. Oh, man, it's only ramping up. It's going to be awesome. All right. We're only going to for a little while. I'm up to now 23 minutes on the live, so we'll probably go for another 7 minutes just watching the X chart and enjoy that as we just unwind here. What else there? Sandy Beach, sorry, I forgot to talk about MCR. I was going to talk about MCR. I do apologize for that. MCR did have their YouTube channel on, and of course they have done that. So let me just pull that up actually. Have I got that? I think I have. Let me just MCR. Well, MCR. I'm not sure if I've got that on the magic. I've got it actually. I'm not sure. Yeah, I am following them. Okay, cool. So MCR here had their announcement. So there are 2 teams that are building extra products on top of Hex, so making Hex even better. So getting products where people can stake, custom staking pools, and building on top of Hex, getting more Hex off the circulating supply. The story only keeps getting better and better and better. So it's kind of fun there. Now Magic Upright did have their YouTube channel. Sorry, they had their a YouTube show talking about their sacrifice details. So that's out. Sacrifice details website and Gitbook live. So they had that video. You can see it's about 49 minutes long there. So you can definitely check that out as well. Magic Sacrifice Details website and Gitbook Live. So that is the YouTube channel there. I'm going to post it in the chat there if you want to go watch that. But that is a big deal for the Hex ecosystem itself. And they've got their Sacrifice website and Gitbook Live. Not sure if they have that in here. Let me have a quick look there. Can't see that. So that is the link. I'm going to post it anyway in the chat there if you want to check that out. Bam. So if you want to go check that, because they're doing some good stuff there. Now, obviously, they haven't done a product that's actually done this sort of thing before. So, you know, you want to see the audits and everything else around that. So definitely check that out. It's not like Maximus. Maximus already, you know, got provable products out there with the perpetuals and everything else there. So there's a little bit extra due diligence to take on there. But definitely you can check out and assess for yourself. Pulseformer in the house there. Hello, everybody. Good to see Pulseformer. We got DB in the house there. Terry Docs. Woohoo! We got Jay Catterer as well. Hi, Hex people. Let's go to $2 this week. It says Jay. There's people more modest, but I appreciate the sentiment, that's for sure. Sandy Beach has put us in the Magic Carpet Ride gift book, and there is the YouTube channel as well. Yeah, I'm not going to cover it in depth at the moment, though, Sandy. We might have a look at it maybe on tomorrow's live show, but that is the live stream. They've got some images here. Who's on that today? Let's see if that comes up. It's called the Steakhouse, by the way. So this is their first. Now, remember, a Magic Carpet Ride were doing sacrifice pools. So now they're moving into doing some sort of staking pool setup. I'm not completely up to date with it either, so I'd have to watch this video myself. But that is kind of cool. We've got Extrovert there, Triple Dad, and J Money in the house there talking about this. So pretty cool. All right, I think that's it. So you can check that out. Let's jump away, and here is the hex price here, 7,939. So apparently on Matcha it's gone to 8 cents, but here on Dex Screener it's still showing just below 8 cents. We're at 7.939. We're going to keep streaming for at least the next couple of minutes, see if we can hit it during the live stream, because that'd be pretty awesome. 8 cents. I think we all like that. Joshua Hill says growing times, absolutely growing times. It is exciting at the moment. Right. 7.939. And yeah, keep a close tab on Richard Hart's Twitter over the next wee while, because you just never know when it's going to come out. And obviously they've got to get all these different things in place, line them up, and have them all ready to go public. So it's, you know, there's a bit of work there. Even after the Erigon syncing, they've got to get everything, you know, going and run certain other software. So. But it is getting very close from the looks of it. Very close indeed. All right. Terry Doc says, exciting times ahead. Indeed. And, you know, I love this part at the back end here that Richard been posted. Love it, he says. Love it. I like that. That's pretty neat. We had some other updates, of course, from Richard earlier. Let's have a look at some of these. We had... zooming down, you're probably going to get dizzy with this, but we had some other stuff. Where is it? He's posted some. He's been so active lately, it's crazy. Crazy good, of course. We always like the updates from RH. I'm just trying to scroll down here. I think that's, yeah, it's way down. I'm going to have to put these on my bookmarks, to be honest, so that I don't have to go fast so far. Anyway, Hex at 7939. And what else there? V3 maybe April, says Sandwich. April, no, I'm not sure what you mean by V3. You're testing V3? No, I'm expecting it very soon. What else there? Terry Doc with the fingers crossed. Right, 7939 is where the Hex price is at the moment. Just at the precipice of 8 cents. Let's actually zoom this up here. So if I've got auto log on there, 8 cents is just where is 8 cents on here? It's just above it. Yeah, it's right there, just above where we are at the moment. Surely we can do it during the live stream. It is. We need just a little tad higher, and we'll get there. Everyone's waiting for the 8 cent mark. We're at an hour and 29. We've got about a minute to go. Are we going to make it? We'll probably just miss it. Probably just happened just after the live stream. Just after the live stream, probably hit it. Hit 8 on TV. Hit 8 on TV. Just hit 8 on TV. What's TV? Tony Vase? Is that Tony Vase? I'm not sure what that is. Right, 739. Let's go to Nomics and see what's happening with Nomics. See if Nomics, where it is on Nomics. Nomics 77, still 77. At 98.4 on the USDC, almost back at peg, not too far away. It's definitely lifting the game. Let's go Coin Per Pika. See where Coin Per Pika is at. Where's Hex on this one? So Hex is still at number 7. We're at 8 cents. So on Coin Per Pika, we're at 8 cents already, folks. So that's pretty interesting. So I guess the weighting is different, but that is 8 cents at the moment on Coin Per Pika. Number 7. What's our market cap? Where's that? 18.2. Oh my goodness. On Coin Per Pika, we're not too far away from flipping XRP. My goodness, there. Look at that. 18.2 versus 19.1. That's pretty close. However, on Nomics, we've got a different story. We got XRP at 18.79 billion, and the Hex market cap is much lower, of course, on here. We're at 11 billion here, so a different story on those different listing sites, respectively. We're at 7.8, so we did hit 8 cents on Coin Per Pika. I guess we'll take that for the live stream. We're up to an hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to wrap up here. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We've covered a lot. We've covered Richard Hart's Pulse Chain updates, looking really good. The team's working hard. It looks like it's getting very, very close indeed. We've covered the price pretty much around 8 cents on Matcha and Coin Per Pika. Almost getting there on Dex Screener, and a little bit to go on Nomics, but getting there. And of course, we've covered all the crypto news. Yeah, risk management is a big deal. Now, one of the things I was going to say is that, the new U.S. administration, I mean, these guys are just dreadful. They've got lots of terrible agendas and ideology. It's so good to see people like Richard Hart, pulling out, building up such awesome vertical integration to make people free, to make people more prosperous, to really bring great solutions to the ecosystem. Own your keys to your coins. Really is great. Bullying the gold standard for DeFi. DeFi has had a lot of issues in the past, but Richard is changing that, giving a place where people can operate. A couple of big themes for Pulse Chain, obviously profit sharing, a bigger community, a community that likes to help each other, keep people informed, and stuff like that. It really is great. So if you like a lot of that stuff, get into our Discord. Links in the video description. Join our Discord, free information, and of course a great community. Get in there. You can talk about strategies and different cryptos. We're pretty free in there. That's part of our principles of being free. We are a family channel, of course. We like to keep family channel, and we are try to be a no drama channel as well, which is try to focus on the crypto freedom and have a good time as we're on the same journey together. And it's only starting to ramp up, folks. It's only getting better. Everything's like lining up. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, it doesn't mean that we're not going to have some issues between March and June. As you guys know, we've still got the Federal Reserve interest rates. That is the big elephant in the room, and of course, that's been amplified a little bit with these banking issues here at the moment. So it is going to be a rocky road. Risk management is very important at this time. So I did cover that a couple of days ago. Risk management is very important. Holding some cash definitely as part of your play there. And of course, be very careful with what you're picking and choosing there at the moment. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. If you want to join as a member, hit the join button. We've got Pulseskins, Hexkins, Rich Art Club, and of course, get into our free Discord with the best community in our Discord. It's pretty cool. All right, we're going to wrap up, and let me see who else is here as I go out here. A couple more comments. Pterodox says, thanks, Superman. Hey, you're welcome. What else there? Let's go through some of these. Sorry if I missed your comment. If I have missed your comment, I apologize. Have a great Monday, everybody, says Pterodox. Absolutely. Come in as slavery, says DB Keeper. 8 cents. Yeah, we like 8 cents, that's for sure. I like being free, says Sandy Beach. Me too. Definitely appreciate you, Superman, says Joshua. I appreciate that as well. So ditto on that one. And we're going to sign out here. Let's find the exit button. Have we got the exit button there? We've got to find the video there because I've got to resync. All right, take care. Hope you guys enjoy the Pulse Chain promo. I play it every single day. So I hope you guys enjoy the Pulse Chain promo. It's a lot of fun. Peace, everybody, and prosperity. That's how we rock and roll. So bye for now.